Picture this. You're at a social gathering and someone confidently declares, "We only use 10% of our brains." It's a statement we've all heard, but is it fact or fiction? Let's dive into myths versus facts in the world of psychology. Let's start off with our first myth. We only use 10% of our brain. This myth has been popularized by movies and TV shows, but the reality is quite different. Neuroimaging studies have shown that we use virtually all of our brains, not just a mere fraction. So next time you hear this myth, remember, every part of your brain has a function and a purpose. Moving on to our next psychology myth, opposites attract. This statement might hold true in the world of magnets, but when it comes to human relationships, it's a different story. Research suggests that we tend to be drawn to people who share similar attitudes, values, and backgrounds. So while there might be some truth to the idea that differences can spark interest, similarity is what keeps the flame burning. Now, let's address a myth that's been the subject of many a debate. Left-brained people are logical, right-brained people are creative. This myth stems from the idea that one side of the brain is dominant and determines our personality traits. However, neuroscience tells us that the two halves of the brain are more interconnected than we think, and most cognitive functions involve both hemispheres. So, whether you're painting a masterpiece or solving a complex equation, both sides of your brain are hard at work. Our next myth is a big one. Memory works like a video camera. It's easy to think of our memory as a faithful recorder of events, but the truth is a bit more complicated. Memory is a reconstructive process, meaning that each time we recall an event, our brains piece it together from bits of information. This process is fallible and can be influenced by many factors, leading to distortions or false memories. Finally, let's debunk the myth that mental illness is a sign of weakness. Mental illness, like physical illness, has a biological basis and can affect anyone, regardless of their personal strengths or weaknesses. Recognizing this is crucial for reducing stigma and promoting mental health. In summary, we've debunked 5 common psychology myths today. 1. We use all of our brain, not just 10%. 1. Similarity rather than oppositeness tends to attract in human relationships. 1. Both sides of our brains are involved in most cognitive functions, not just one side. 1. Memory is a reconstructive process, not a perfect recorder of events. 1. Mental illness is not a sign of weakness, but a biological condition that can affect anyone. Remember, psychology is a complex field with many nuances. It's always important to question what we think we know and to stay curious. After all, the pursuit of knowledge is a journey, not a destination.